After the incident, he promptly apologized to the commander-in-chief and explained the reasons for his lateness, preparing for a comeback. Thus, he was sent to the tarmac for a timeout, standing there like a little kid in trouble. He stood from sunshine till dusk, vowing not to repeat mistakes. Next day, he arrived 10 minutes early at the locker room, checked his plan, and hurried back to change. With everything planned, he could have made the flight, but the attendance officer decided to pull a fast one and ordered an early take. Targeted once again, he spent the whole day on the tarmac, realizing after 2 days of setbacks that to avoid trouble be flawless. On day 3, he used available materials in the men's locker room. Finally, he made it to the plane. But just before takeoff, his co-pilot was MIA, begging the flight commander to cancel the mission because he was convinced our hero would panic and cry if things went south. Scared that our hero would start weeping in an emergency, the commander cancelled the training, citing the co-pilot's illness. But later that night, our hero strolled past the base bar and found his sick teammate partying wildly. 3 days of this left him worn out. With no respect or recognition here, the huge gap left him contemplating throwing in the towel. That night, childhood memories of his first plane ride spreaded in his dreams, a serendipitous moment. At 7, he saw the cockpit, with endless blue sky and white clouds blending beautifully. The fire ignited in his deep black eyes, and the pilot even greeted him like an old friend. That moment planted the seed of being a pilot in his heart, and those childhood memories sparked the courage to keep going. The next day, he arrived early, all set, but the flight was cancelled again. Excuse this time. The co-pilot's mother-in-law was ill. From then on, whenever he was paired up with dry subtitle, the team gave excuses to ask the commander to cancel training, believing drinking was a safety risk. They thought flying with him was like playing with fire, and he kept getting ghosted again and again. Even if there were brave souls willing to take him up, he wasn't allowed to touch the controls as a co-pilot. This unfairness lasted a whole quarter. At the quarterly review, others had over 80 flying hours. Some reached 120 hours, while the dry run had a mere 11. The commander was both shocked and angry upon learning our hero wasn't sick or on leave, yet missed flights repeatedly. The commander decided it was time for an early evaluation. If our hero flunked, it was packing time. The test? Simulating an engine failure and emergency landing. Following the commander's orders, our hero pushed all buttons down and reported the speed leg. Subsequently, he flew to the Green Island in the lake center for landing, but the commander said to increase the difficulty. He was ordered to land on a small island to the right of the Green Island, instantly doubling the difficulty of the landing. But our hero remained calm and collected, expertly turning the plane and aiming for that tiny, sad little piece of land for an emergency landing. As they neared, tension in the cockpit soared. Yet, he remained calm, flawlessly executing each step and slowing with a nose lift. This series of impressive maneuvers got the commander's thumbs up. Later, he asked our hero why his flying skills were solid yet his flight hours were so short. After a brief silence, Ganji replied, making the commander realize something and offer to train him personally later. From then on, the commander never missed a flight with our hero, providing guidance. Under his tutelage, our hero learned to hover the plane mid. He also mastered flying blind, deciphering the instruments, and flying low at high speeds through rugged canyons. To offer him more chances to excel, the commander arranged for him to fly to front lines and evacuate the injured. As his flying skills skyrocketed, so did his confidence. No longer shying away from his male colleagues, he boldly stepped. This time he has both skill and confidence, winning quarterly best pilot with 127 flight hours. According to tradition, he was set to lead the quarterly training and give the flight briefings, but the male crew members were not pleased. They think the hero got best pilot only thanks to the commander, and can't accept a woman's equal status or commands. The flight commander planned to humiliate him next day. So when he presented the flight briefing, the commander halted the briefing when the chief was away and had another male member report. Puzzled, Kanji questioned the reason, then was told by the commander to sit and arm wrestle with a male teammate. Naturally, strength disparities ensured his defeat. Each loss eroded his dignity further, with tears of frustration about to spill. Subtitles. Then, the flight commander promptly took out a handkerchief and explained the reason. That night, lying in bed. Our hero, who had drunk dry wine, couldn't fall asleep at all. Hearing the noisy revelry next door, he grew more and more annoyed, got up, and unplugged the bus sound system. The flight commander angrily asked, "Are you crazy?" Our hero fearlessly admitted, "My dad, who also thinks him nuts, always said the cockpit doesn't have a gender. Everyone shares the title of pilot, men and women alike. But what my dad doesn't know is that I have to arm wrestle the men here to prove my worth. The real issue is that I have no weaknesses. It's your fears. You're scared that if I become a superior, you'll have to acknowledge me. Let's be real. It's not about me. It's about you guys feeling your masculinity is threatened. If I give you respect, yours, I promise, spare me. Your thoughts, your fears, it's all about you. This party of yours, your full masculinity. You know it too well, and this so-called paradise is just an illusion." Then he promptly drafted his resignation letter and left this heartbreaking base overnight. The next morning, the father saw his red-eyed daughter upon opening the door and instantly understood. He gave her a warm hug without a word.